Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Minty, and this is episode 33 of the Frigate Fracas tournament. This episode we've got the Kolibri by myself as the active combatant, going up against the Melissa by Obscure, which I can't remember if we've actually seen before or not. I don't remember if this vessel has been in an episode or not, so I don't think so. But I can't remember. We'll go ahead and just take a quick look at her here, just to make sure. And then we'll go over here and get this battle started, see how it goes. Kolibri getting the first shots off, or actually the Melissa fired some shots too from its secondaries. Secondaries though, they're kind of lobbed. Slow as in low muzzle velocity. Kolibri did take a hit to its side there. Doesn't seem to have minded too much though. That was directed to the side, and that went in through the deck, and oh no, that actually went through this Kolibri sidearm. Penetrated the Kolibri side armor, took out the secondaries and both of the primaries. Wow. Those are some nasty guns from Melissa. Not sure how it managed to take out all of the weapons like that though, unless it knocked out the AI. Without killing the mainframe. Kolibri is preparing like crazy, trying to get itself operational again. And the Kolibri is AI dead. Wow. So yeah, it must have been an AI kill that happened. Like it knocked out all of the everything on the mainframe with that hit, and the Kolibri just crumbled. Wow. That's impressive. The Kolibri's armor is not exactly thin. To just punch through it and take down the ship like that is impressive. Let's go ahead and get round 2 underway. Kolibri getting that first shot off again, but it just dunked those into the water really bad. Just doing a bit of serpentine here. Doesn't want to get hit by those guns again. I don't blame it. It's like, wow, those guns hurt. They've got a lot of penetration on them. I think those secondaries might just be like pure AP. Maybe AG or something. Or, whoa, that blew a big hole. I think they might actually be hollow points. I'm not sure. Oh, the Melissa takes a hit straight to its gun, loses its main gun there. Oh wow, there was actually a little bit of over penetration there because of how thin the Melissa is on the side like that. Oh no, I think that's actually Hesh. Saw those fragments. It's definitely not hollow point because hollow point doesn't do fragments. Those are probably heavy Hesh rounds. And that's why they have low muzzle velocity, because Hesh doesn't care about that. Kolibri needs to make the turn here. Did it lose all of its propellers? Oh, it might have lost all its propellers. Or not propellers, rudders. It is just sailing straight away, and it should be turning by now. Uh-oh. I think one of those Hesh rounds that hit in the rear there managed to take down all of the propellers. Kolibri's not getting disqualification time yet, but it's got to be close to the maximum range. If it can affect repairs of its rudders, it won't be that big of a deal. But it may not have the resources to get around to that. And it's of course currently trying to repair the superstructure instead. That's totally what needs repaired right now is the superstructure. I think the Melissa is actually keeping... Nope, there we go. The Kolibri is earning disqualification time now. It has got too far out. Oh, but it has a rudder. It fixed its rudder. Now the question is whether or not it can get up to approaching its opponent before it gets disqualified. And it has, with only 34 seconds of disqualification time. It is returning to the fight now that it has rudders to control itself with again. It's having some serious issues with accuracy, though. It has not been landing shots very well. The Kolibri, that is. I mean, the Melissa hasn't either, but now that they've gotten closer, there we go. There's a hit. Ooh, there's another hit. It's like, okay, the connections are happening now. Oh, those water skins. Kolibri's sitting in a really nice position right now, though, because that rear gun can't get the Kolibri in its firing arc here. It's also making the secondary struggle to get a shot on the Kolibri. So this is basically a perfect position for the Kolibri to be in. But it is just about to run out of materials. Oh, I just realized the Melissa is actually out of materials too. Ooh, that was a direct hit right through the top of the ship there. There we go. Both ships are out of materials, so the health they have and the armament they have is what they get. That's it. No more, no less. Well, could be less if they take some hits. Melissa has pretty durable armor itself. And it's so small and so low to the water, it's difficult to hit. something. At least it seemed like it did, but apparently not. It didn't even penetrate in. Oh, heavy armor. That would do it. Those heavy armor blocks would definitely do it. At 7.5 minutes, the Melissa's down to 76%, but the Kolibri's at 96%. Which is definitely more than enough to claim victory at the 10-minute mark if both of these ships are still alive. Oh, the Melissa is AI dead. Didn't see the shot that caused that. Oh, I bet you it was that one right there. There was a hole here in the bottom of the ship. I bet you that was I bet you that's what caused it. Maybe. It's hard to tell. Didn't really get a good look at it. But okay, so that is the end of round 2. Both the Kolibri and the Melissa have a win via AI dead. So let's go ahead and get this to round 3. But remember, for round 3, folks, we need a winner. So the 5% rule is whoever has the most hit points when that timer runs out wins, even if it's 0.1%. Yeah, those Hesh secondaries on the Melissa do pretty good damage to the Kolibri's relatively unarmored bow. Melissa's pretty good at taking hits. Does not take a whole lot of damage when it does get hit, and it's difficult to hit in the first place. The Kolibri secondary lost its barrel again. It's a rather common occurrence. Very significant design flaw on my vessel. Its secondary just get blown to pieces immediately, or at least disabled. Tactical hat doing its job there, absorbing the shell and keeping the turret from being damaged. And the Melissa's side armor. Well, I mean that was a pretty shallow angle of impact, so. But the Melissa's armor is just pretty good. The Kolibri has a bit of trouble getting through it, even though its guns are designed like they're high penetration guns. They're meant to go through armor and detonate on the inside of a ship, and it's having trouble doing that to the Melissa. Kolibri is, that barrel damage is really throwing off its aim, though. On the rear gun. I think there might have been some gauge damage at some point, too, because the guns are, off time. While the Melissa's main guns are pretty good at penetrating in, like we saw in the first episode, overall it feels like the Melissa's armament is a little light. It doesn't seem to do a whole lot of damage over time. It's got that great alpha in those primaries, but they've got a really slow reload rate. see by how the ships are at similar hit point levels, but the Melissa's a lot lower on materials than the Kolibri. That just shows you the DPS difference there. The fact that the Melissa is significantly slower than the Kolibri, so the Kolibri is setting the pace of the battle and keeps moving in and out and forcing the Melissa to chase its rear guns. I mean, okay, yeah, its rear guns never get to fire in this situation, so its DPS is effectively half. So maybe this is the best example of the Melissa's DPS, seeing as how its secondaries are not getting to fire as much as they should, and it's only getting to use one of its two primary guns for most of the battle. Because of how the Kolibri is positioning itself. Ooh, that got in there. That first shell here looked like it, or maybe not. Or maybe it did penetrate into there, I'm not sure. It looked like the explosion originated from deep inside the ship, but it's hard to tell at that angle. Kolibri has its secondaries up and firing now, which probably won't do much against the Melissa, honestly. But it is out of materials, so every block counts at this point. Oh, I said they probably won't do much when the secondary knocks out one of the knocks out the forward primary gun. Repair bots have fixed a good chunk of that damaged barrel on the Kolibri as well. Melissa is quickly getting reduced in hit points, though. It's behind by 10%, and the Kolibri still has materials to repair with, so that gap is going to widen. Oh wow, look at all those fragments. If those fragments actually manage to spawn on the inside of the Melissa, they'll do a lot of damage. A lot more than it'll seem like they're doing. That's is the Melissa, yeah, it's basically sinking. It's a little bit above the water line, but it's definitely having some issues. The Kolibri's back up to 100%. While the Melissa is just unable to effectively fight back. And there goes its last gun. So now it can't fight back at all, really. All it can do is just wait for that last few percentage points of health to get knocked off, so it despawns. And there we go, the Melissa is too damaged. There we go. That is it, folks. The Kolibri is victorious in round 3, which makes it the victor of the match overall. We'll go ahead and give the Kolibri its win, the Melissa its loss, and next will be the Kolibri versus the TNS Sea Spray by the Shadow Kick, which I know for sure we have not seen that one fight. So that'll be in the next episode. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.